make something happen, Palmer, and that's exactly what the kickoff unit does.
Man, I love kickoff coverage units, David, that take pride in their jobs. These guys want to line up. They want to run down the field and hurt somebody. That was a huge game-changing play to not just create the turnover, but to score a touchdown.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're just about to kick it off after that scoop and score 6. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Grabbed behind the line, it's Harvey. And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Brown will throw it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Yeah, and you don't see very many quarterback hits on screens. You know, the offense wants to bluff real quick and make it look like pass, and then the quarterback's supposed to pop up, look like pass, and quickly get rid of it. You could tell timing all wrong. It was all jacked up, and that play went absolutely nowhere.
He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the first down. Just so hard to defend.
The give to the tailback. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
Offensive linemen love to run the power. Why? You run power. You run power. Then you can play action. You don't want that defense to be sitting there saying, it's a pass, having the pass block every play. You got to keep defenses off balance.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
You got to have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm going to start, and I'm going to stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Got it in the middle. It's Harvey. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
Trying to show their strength with the run on fourth down. Really nice run there. Good, solid pickup, and they'll move the sticks with a first down. Just had to pick up a few inches on the play, and they do it on fourth down.
I mean, literally, fall forward. That's all you have to do is just give me a little bit of space where I can fall forward and you can push him forward. I like it going for it on fourth down most of the time anyways, but definitely on fourth and inches.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Big loss on the last play threatens to knock this drive off course. It's 2nd and 16. Quick pass on the jet motion. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch passing can happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. He'll pull it down and run.
You just feel like throughout the course of this game, this guy's just going to have to make plays like this, right? Things aren't always going to be perfect. Protection's not going to be ideal. You're going to have to play with some effort, make some scrambles, make some things happen when plays break down, and at least try to put your offense in good positions. Wasn't able to get the first down there, but now he makes this decision a little more interesting here on fourth.
Quarterback now breaking the field. Open space at the 25. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down.
He's got such good awareness in the pocket. He does a good job of feeling the rush, and you know it's a pass, and you want to keep your eyes downfield, but he sees an opening, and if he sees an opening, he's got the ability to go get it and get a first down.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
It's now
second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now. You're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow...
Wedges, pushes, and he's over and in for the touchdown.
A nice job by this offense, putting the scoring drive together. And now listen, it's not even halftime yet, so keep fighting. Going to halftime, regroup. We found a little something on this drive. See if we can cut into this lead and continue to make this game closer and closer.
The AT unit on the field. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And it was finished off with a quarterback sneak. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock.
I think it's really hard to overthrow that guy. He is already that fast, and he breaks open, and you have an opportunity just to club up a little bit. Just put a little bit more air underneath that and let the speedster run underneath it and make you look like a hero, but, oh boy, it's kind of the opposite.
And it looks as if we'll pick up maybe a couple.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Quarterback checking the play. On 4th down, looking for the completion. He fires one deep over the middle. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
That's a great job there by the defense here early in this game, getting a huge stop, and they've got an opportunity to make the opponent pay. Offense taking over now in great field possession. Let's see what they can do here from a play calling standpoint and try to put some points on the board.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Got 6 on 1st down, now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Brown wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got his man. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
It's hard to run a route or get lost near the sidelines and understand exactly where you're at. Nice job understanding I was starting to get close to the sidelines, throttling down a little bit, catching the football and making sure I was in bounds.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Trying to get to it. They're setting up the screen. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect, pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Good, solid tackle. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. This defense trying to stand tall on 4th and goal from the 2. The snap sets up to throw. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, UCF!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw, it's Croman Hope. Feeling some heat. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
Well, this quarterback's already taken a couple shots from the pocket. There's another one right there that affected his accuracy on that throw.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Fires to the right. The pass falls incomplete, and that's how we'll finish this half. That's going to do it here in the first half. Everybody stick with us. We'll head to halftime. The Seminoles will kick it off to start the second half.
Number 88 set to kick off.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
And here comes the offense on second down. From the gun, give on the inside. Finds enough room to get 3 out to the 34. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's running in the open. Running inside the 20. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Knights!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. Fielded in the end zone, it's Lucas. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Off the play fake on first down. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Coleman Hope. Still looking, on the move. He'll throw one to his right. It's complete. A huge pickup. Open runway ahead. Touchdown Seminoles. And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they could not have finished with more style. An 86-yard touchdown pass. Just about set to kick it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical, they wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense, and they're churning out positive yardage early.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Across the 45. All kinds of running room. He's at the 10. Touchdown, UCF! And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby. When that receiver got free, it was all over.
And it's so nice to have a receiver like this as a quarterback because you pad my stats. I like those long touchdown passes where I just threw it really short, and he did the rest of the work.
And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. It's Williams. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Coming after it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, in the first half, this offense was up and down the field. It seemed like everything they were dialing up was working. And here we are in the 3rd quarter, and there's a very rare incompletion on their own end of the field. Maybe that's the play the defense needs now to spark some momentum.
Well, the upside is you could get a 1st down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. On 4th down, going to the air. He slings it deep to the left. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
And listen, obviously, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation, and he's got confidence in him. That time they weren't able to come up with it. I'm curious to see what this guy does if they're in a similar situation as this game moves on.
Now he's going to break the pocket. He's going to run it. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good job by the defense getting to the quarterback and getting him on the ground for no gain. It's tough. Once you get there and get pressure, it's so hard to get these guys on the ground because they're elusive. Really good job wrapping them up and getting to the ground.
Brought down after a pickup of 2 to the 19. Third down, and this crowd will blow out a vocal cord to help this defense. Brown will throw it. Pocket starts to collapse. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
That defender is a matchup nightmare for any offensive lineman to block. He's got athleticism, he's got length, he's got flexibility. He put it all on display on that sack.
And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And with that, they've taken the lead. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. Coming out with it, it's Williams. Gets it across the 20 to the 21, and not quite what he would have picked up just taking the touchback. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Both of these defenses a little bend, but not breaking in clutch situations, David.
It's always exciting when you can go for it on fourth down and you know your defense will make a stand. They held them to a field goal, Jesse. It's a pretty good job by that defense.
It is. So if I'm this coaching staff, don't deviate from the game plan here. Go back to doing what you want to do and get established in this game.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
Effective draw plays in the running game really begin with the quarterback. The quarterback's got to be a great salesman. You got to really make the defense think it's pass. You keep your eyes focused downfield until the last possible second, turn around and hand it off. And by that point, the defensive ends have rushed way upfield, and there's less bodies for the running backs to have to maneuver around before finally moving forward.
He hurls one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
And despite going 0 for 2 on 4th down so far, they will stay aggressive and go for it here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Not much of a 4th down gamble when it's that much of a sure thing. An easy conversion for this offense. And the Seminoles have it with a 1st and 10. One man in the backfield, and he gets it. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, UCF 31, Florida State 28.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Looking to pass. It's Croman Hope. Looking down the middle. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the mistiming.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires left. And it's picked off. No real chance on the return, but they've got it at the 34.
I love when people start to understand what we're doing defensively. If they're going to pass the football and that's where they're going to live, well, I'm going to live in dime. I'm going to bring more defensive backs on the field so I can cover more of these speed guys that they have out there. Great job by the defensive back, breaking on the football, making the INT, making the DC look very smart.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, it just got to be more physical at the point of attack. Get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. One back in the backfield. He gets to carry. And they'll bring him down after a short pickup. These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Here's the snap. Ready to cut one loose. And he was winding his way all over the backfield, staying alive, and finally he goes down. The Knights line up to punt it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. On the return, it's Benson. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down, to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Back to throw, it's Coleman Hope. Using his feet to buy time. He turns it loose to the left. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
And listen, there's different degrees of open, but in college football, that's open. When your receiver has a step on the guy, man, those are the ones you feel like you should complete most of the time, and he just overthrew that one.
On 3rd down, going up top. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. The receivers telling the quarterback what they see. On 4th down, looking to pass. Unleashes one. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
That's a gutsy call, and I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. After punting the last time they had it, they ought to be set up for a much better result with this drive.
This offense better be licking their chops. You're not going to start with better field possession than this all game day.
You ain't lying. Forget about the last possession and what we did. You're already in scoring position. Take care of that football. Make sure you get some points.
They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Little touch pass to the receiver. able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
You know, you always talk about risk-reward. Gambling and going for it with the lead on 4th down right there and getting it, the reward could be winning the game. That was an unbelievable play. And how about this coaching staff putting their faith in their players to come up with the execution and make it happen?
And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Well, 2 things you're thinking about here offensively is, 1, you want to take as much time off the clock. But 2, you really want to score another touchdown and make this a 2-possession game. You could almost ice it if you can find a way to get in the end zone here. Just take your time. Don't snap it too quickly.
Picked up 6 on that last one, now 2nd and inches. Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Trying to run it in. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
On the ground, going for the 1st down with the give to the tight end. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knights!
And, you know, late in the games, offenses sometimes get conservative when they got the lead and they got the ball. I love this offense. They were aggressive. They got another score added to the lead. Now you're trying to salt this game away.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. You couldn't ask for better starting field position. The drive covers 26 yards. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. He'll bring it out. It's Lucas. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to throw, it's Croman Hope. Pressure coming. That pass is incomplete. Nestled in the hills of Virginia, where touching the Hokie Stone means remembering the legends who formed the foundation of a power. Names like Vic and Beamer, and a lunch pail mentality that applies to the Virginia Tech Hokies. This matchup today, part of the lifeblood of the sport. A rivalry game where the results will be remembered for a lifetime. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on another team from the ACC, the Virginia Tech Hokies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Canes will get us started with the opening kickoff. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. A first down for the offense. On the ground, it's Tootin. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's a bad sign on offense when you have that many people running free at your running back. That means guys up front aren't getting their blocks. Just too many hats getting to the ball carrier. I love his effort, making multiple guys miss, but still, it's a negative play.
Off the play fake. Fires to the middle. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
And the Hokies decide to punt it away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. On his way back from the 20. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Touch pass on the right. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
The offense making a statement early in this game. They're going to open the entire playbook, and they're going to show this defense so many different looks and try to keep them on their heels. I love that play call. You could see the defense wasn't sure what was going on.
Shakes off the tackle. Still on his feet at the 45. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
To the ground. He's got it again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love this linebacker because he's able to dissect what's happening in front of him, and he reacts downhill, uses his speed to get to the line of scrimmage and create the negative play.
He makes the connection. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Here comes second down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. They'll go right back to him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. It's amazing how a play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football.
Intercepted. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on third down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
And Virginia Tech sends the offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. Now 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Drones. Buys a little time. He'll get rid of it. Working that left side. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
Love that throw. I'll tell you, if he keeps making more of those, Lane Stadium and this incredible crowd is going to be going nuts. We've called games here plenty of times in the past. This is one of the best venues in all of college football, and this guy right now is heating up at the QB position. Watch out. It's going to be a sonic boom in here.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line. Wide out in motion. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. He's going to fire deep. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
Caught over the middle. It's Jennings.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Floating away. Just threw that one away to avoid disaster.
Well, they tried to catch the defense napping. They're 3rd and short on their own side of the 50, and everyone's thinking run. They go pass, but the defense wasn't fooled, so the QB's just got to throw that one away.
On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes the catch. He's got enough. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Makes the tackle at the 31. It's a pickup of 5 on the play.
I think you run that play on 2nd down knowing it's going to make 3rd down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know 3rd down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Perhaps drawing confidence by converting an earlier 4th down. They'll try to do it for a 2nd time in the opening quarter. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, and they convert. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. Need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
That's the end of the first quarter. And after one, we're scoreless.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Give to the running back. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. The Hokies want to crank the tempo. They'll try to pound their way in. And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on first down.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I got to find ways to manufacture some offense down here in this area. The field shrinks. It gets a little bit more difficult. So I got to take a few more chances, get the ball to some speed on the perimeter, try to make some big plays.
3rd and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. Motion from the offense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Touchdown, Hokies! And they made it to the house when they found that 6 points waiting on them. And with that first touchdown, the old Hokie Stones are trembling in this great stadium.
Yeah, and such great fans in Lane Stadium. Early in the game has a reason to be rocking. They get on the scoreboard first. Everybody going bananas.
He'll bring it out. It's Johnson. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here comes the Hurricane offense looking to gather a little more strength. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
Plenty of time in the pocket, and he'll sling it out to the left. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Martinez on the carry. Tough, hard-nosed running. He got 3, but he needed 4. It's 4th down and 1.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
He's not going to get there. Stop short on 4th down.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop and create some momentum.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Couldn't connect on 1st down. Now back to the air. This time it's complete. He almost picked up the 1st down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Tight end finds a soft spot. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form time.
He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can pick up the 1st without scoring. He'll sneak it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Line of scrimmage is the 2, and they can pick up the first down here, but going for the touchdown here on 4th and short. And it's caught! Touchdown, Virginia Tech! Look, it's still early, but we have some real distance being put on the scoreboard right now.
You do. It's early, but you got to find something positive. Right now, everything going in the other direction. So how are you going to respond when you've been hitting the mouth early in this football game? Got to find something positive quick.
On to attempt to try. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. You couldn't ask for better starting field position. The drive covers 26 yards. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. He's going to bring it out from deep. They drag him down at the 22. He gambled for the big return out of the end zone and came up a little short. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Didn't help themselves much on first down. Let's see what they've got on second down from the 20. Dropping back, it's Ward. They're bringing heat. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Bought a little time, lets it go. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Colin.
It's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
And that pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is obviously not a great start for this